And now, your Weather Authority forecast first, brought to you by Todd Shores, McClarty Ford.
Well, it's been a rough day so far as the storms are concerned, but the severe weather threat is ending for us, and we'll see a slow clearing as we continue through the afternoon. It will turn breezy today, and temperatures may be on the cool side, especially north of I-20, and then definitely cooler tonight as we'll have low temperatures in the 40s, and tomorrow pretty cool start to the weekend, but it's looking to be a marvelous Mother's Day, and we'll take a look at that coming up a little bit later in the show. That's a check of your Todd Shores McClarty Ford forecast first. Local midday begins right now.
Now, from your community, local news that matters. This is NBC6 News Local Midday Update.
Good afternoon. Thank you for making us your local news source and tuning in to Local Midday Update. I'm Fernanda Hernandez. In our top story this afternoon, severe weather moved through the Arklatex this morning and unfortunately claimed the life of one man in Cass County. NBC6's Sydney Simone is at the scene with more details. Sydney.
That's right, Fernanda. Officers say 23-year-old Josh Hill was traveling west on Highway 77 during a severe thunderstorm when his car left the road and hit a tree. The crash happened just before 6 a.m. this morning, 2 miles outside of Naples, Texas. Authorities say Hill couldn't see due to heavy rain.
We had a vehicle during a severe thunderstorm, heavy rain at the time. We had one vehicle, there was a combination of three, but one of the vehicles left the roadway due to the visibility issue and ended up hitting a tree.
It's unclear if the other cars collided with one another. Hill was the only one in the car. There are no other reported injuries at this time. Live here in Cass County, Sydney Simone, NBC6 News. Back to you, Fernanda.
Thank you, Sydney. And here in Shreveport, uprooted trees and power outages are part of the aftermath of this morning's storms. In fact, an SPD officer was responding to reports of downed power lines at the corner of Cornell Street and Dodd Drive. He says a tree fell on top of his vehicle. The officer was there to keep drivers away from the power lines when that tree fell. He was not injured, and crews were able to clear away the tree so the officer could drive away. No word on the extent of the damage sustained to the patrol unit. And SWEPCO is reporting over 10,000 customers without power across the Arklatex. Louisiana has majority of the power outages with more than 5,500 without power. Caddo Parish and Bossier accounts for more than 3,600 outages. In Cass and Bowie County, there are more than 1,000 people without power. If you're experiencing power outages, be sure to report them to SWEPCO via phone or web. And an update now, the process to repair damage to the Spring Street Bridge following a train derailment in downtown Shreveport is moving forward. That's according to the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development. The train derailment took place on April 24th and resulted in severe damage to the 2 of the 3 steel support columns, as well as the attached cross-frame supports. According to DOTD, the necessary repairs are currently being evaluated and identified. The Spring Street and the Spring Street off-ramp from I-20, that's exit 19A to Crockett Street, remains closed and will reopen when repairs are complete. And NBC6 is your local election headquarters, and a federal lawsuit has been filed against Louisiana's emergency election plan aimed at addressing voting amid the coronavirus pandemic. This was filed on behalf of the NAACP Power Coalition for Equity and Justice, as well as 4 individual voters. The lawsuit says the state's plan for access to mail-in ballots is unduly restrictive. The plaintiffs want to eliminate requirements that voters present an excuse to get an absentee ballot, thereby expanding them to everyone. There's a similar lawsuit pending in Texas over that state's refusal to expand mail-in ballots. And in Shreveport, 14 citizens have submitted their names for selection of the replacement of Willie Bradford as the interim representative for District A. A special teleconference council meeting will start at 9 a.m. on Monday, during which all of the applicants will be interviewed by the council members. It's expected that the replacement vote will be at the council's regular meeting on Tuesday, and the selection will require a majority vote of the council member participating in the teleconference meeting. Turning now to the latest update in the coronavirus pandemic. Here in Louisiana, the latest case numbers have been released. There's a total of more than 30,000 cases statewide. The death toll now standing at 2,154. And the number of people who have died in Caddo Parish from COVID-19 has risen to 144. That's according to the Caddo Parish Coroner's Office. Now that's 10 more deaths since the Coroner's Office reported 134 deaths from the virus on Monday. As of today, the Louisiana Department of Health reported a total of 1,712 COVID-19 cases in Caddo Parish. And Caddo Parish is the most populated parish in northwest Louisiana and has so far reported the most cases and deaths. And as Louisiana nears 31,000 cases of COVID-19, leaders and lawmakers are weighing in. While some are against opening the economy, some believe the power should lie in the hands of local government.
We've been harder hit in some areas than others, and so the recognition of that reality on the ground, I think, is an important part of that. I think local leaders are in the best position to make the decisions on what works for their jurisdiction.
Some of the most talked about topics during last night's town hall included the state's economy, racial health disparities, and testing with contact tracing. Governor Edwards also said the state's efforts are bearing fruit.
We're in a much better place than we were a few weeks ago, but obviously the world has changed greatly over the last 2 months here in Louisiana.
Louisiana is a model example nationally of how to lead, how to communicate, and how to deal with the crisis.
And you can watch the full town hall meeting on arklatex.homepage.com. Governor Edwards will hold his daily briefing on COVID-19 today at 3 p.m. You can also watch that live on our website, arklatex.homepage.com. And meanwhile, a Shreveport law firm is giving away free face masks. Gordon McKernan, Injury Attorneys, is helping those in the Shreveport community remain safe and follow the recommended guidelines set by the CDC. McKernan says his firm was able to obtain 2,000 masks, and they're hosting a drive-through giveaway between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Wednesday. That's May the 13th. It's going to take place at the Alpha Media radio station at 208 North Thomas Road in Shreveport, and this will be first come, first served. And the COVID-19 pandemic has led to the cancellation of yet another annual festival in Shreveport. Today, the plug was pulled on the Let the Good Times Roll festival, and organizers say since public health is their top priority, they had to cancel this event. But there are plans for the event to return next year. And Shreve Memorial Library rolls out to curbside pickup service starting on May 18th. All library branches have been closed since March 16th due to the coronavirus pandemic. But beginning on Monday, May 11th, you can place holds online to reserve items, as well as begin returning items currently checked out to library drop boxes. Curbside pickup service will be available for those locations listed on your screen. And over in Arkansas now, the most updated numbers were released. There are now 3,694 cases of coronavirus. There have been 88 reported deaths. And Governor Hutchinson will be giving a COVID-19 update today at 1:30 p.m. Of course, you can watch that live on our website, arklatex.homepage.com. And Governor Asa Hutchinson announced the reopening of casinos across the state during his COVID-19 update yesterday. 3 casinos are set to reopen May 18th with limited operations. In phase 1, the casinos will reopen at 1/3 capacity with strict social distancing procedures. If there's no resurgence in cases in the following 2 weeks, the state will move to phase 2.
The answer is that we're going to study any spike very carefully. And so if there's a spike that we can identify and we can control it, we can manage it, then that should not detract from our overall objective and direction that we're going to phase 2 and opening up more.
And Governor Hutchinson says that the state has consistently shown a downward trend in cases. And Money Matters and U.S. Senators John Boozman and Tom Cotton applauded the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for awarding more than $8 million in community development block grant funding to Arkansas to support the prevention, preparation, and response to the coronavirus pandemic. The funding is part of a nationwide $5 billion disbursement in housing and economic development funds allocated by the CARES Act, which became law with the support of the Arkansas delegation. Last month had awarded Arkansas more than $28 million in CARES Act funding. And U.S. Senators John Boozman and Tom Cotton also applauded the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services for awarding federal funds to Arkansas health centers for expanded coronavirus testing. They received a grant of more than $4 million for the expansion of coronavirus testing, and this investment will be used to expand testing and allow for the purchase of personal protective equipment, training for staff, outreach, procurement, and administration of tests. This will also help laboratory services, and the funding will also support notification of contacts of patients who test positive, as well as the expansion of walk-up or drive-through testing capabilities. And filing an unemployment claim could become much tougher for the 2.2 million Texans who've gotten through to the Texas Workforce Commission to file a claim. Governor Greg Abbott is set to loosen some of the emergency restrictions on the restaurant and retail industries, but the Texas Workforce Commission is now looking to tighten some of its requirements for those depending on unemployment checks. In a Wednesday private call with lawmakers and staff, TWC Executive Director Ed Cerna discussed forcing laid-off workers to once again prove to the agency every 2 weeks that they're still eligible to receive unemployment and if they've earned any money through work during the 2-week period. In Texas now, here's a look at the new coronavirus numbers there. There are now over 36,000 cases statewide, 1,004 deaths so far. And the Texas Health and Human Services Department says more than 477 people have been tested for the virus. And the Keep Calm Through COVID hotline is still available for those who are feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or need help coping with COVID-19 related stress. Mental health and substance abuse counselors are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and this service is available to you at no charge. That number is on your screen. Stay with us. We have a full check of your forecast next. Plus, we're telling you why the DeSoto Parish hospitals continue to struggle amidst the pandemic. Plus, arrests have been made in connection with the fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbery. We'll have those details later in the show.
And now, your weather authority, Josh Marcis, certified the most accurate forecast in the Arklatex.
Well, welcome back. We did sustain a lot of damage across the Arklatex with the storms this morning. These are just some of the preliminary storm reports that came in, and you can see most of the damage concentrated I-20 and northward. Each one of the dots on the map indicates where we did see some kind of wind damage today, and it was very much concentrated here. Actually had enough damage over with the trees on I-20 that westbound I-20 was shut down in portions of Webster Parish. You can see some of the damage there in Cass County as well, and a lot of power outages. I know folks probably still waiting on power to get restored to the region just because it will be so breezy this afternoon. May take a little while for that to occur, but eventually those crews will be able to get out there, and we are expecting improving weather conditions for the rest of the day and through the weekend as well. Temperatures today really not too bad. It looks like most of us will rebound to at least warm into the 70s. Possibility here that we're slow to clear, and then the breezy north wind settling in. It is possible we could see some highs in the 60s, so kind of prepare for a cool and breezy afternoon if you have any outdoor plans, and definitely colder tonight as we'll see those lows down to the 40s in quite a few locations, including 49 for Shreveport-Bossier, 45 tonight in Texarkana, 46 for Idabel, and low 50s here south of Interstate 20. So no storms this weekend. Again, the last of the storms kind of working their way out of the region here as we continue through the afternoon. Have kept just a slight chance of rain in there. You see Futurecast hinting we could see just a few pop-up showers. No severe weather expected later today, and as we head through the overnight hours, we'll begin to finally clear out. We'll get some sunshine back tomorrow, which will feel pretty good after the cold morning, and we should see afternoon highs on the cool side tomorrow, but we'll start to warm things back up on Sunday. So look at your forecast highs tomorrow. 70 degrees, still going to feel pretty nice for us, but the normal high this time of the year is about 82, 83 degrees, so definitely a cool day for May. We'll actually have highs in the 60s in quite a few locations. Winds will be much lighter tomorrow, and for your Mother's Day as well. We'll actually start out Mother's Day with temperatures in the low to mid 40s, so it will be a cold morning, but a wonderful afternoon for the moms. If you're getting out, just heading around the neighborhood, should be a great day for that, as we'll have temperatures in the mid to upper 70s on Sunday. We do have a warming trend that will carry us back into the 80s next week, and I just have those slight to scattered rain chances in the forecast next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Right now, nothing that jumps out and says that we'll have any kind of severe weather, but we'll of course keep you updated on here as we go through the next few days. That's a look at your weather forecast. Let's send it back over to Fernanda.
Thank you, Josh, and you can get up-to-the-minute information on today's storms through our new weather app. It's designed to give you the important information you need to keep you and your family safe in severe weather. The Arklatex Weather Authority app is available for download for both Apple and Android devices. And health matters, and the health crisis has impacted rural hospitals both medically and financially. DeSoto Regional in Mansfield says they've completed 438 COVID-19 tests with 140 confirmed positives. 4 patients passed away from the virus while being cared for at the hospital, and staff says the small hospital reacted fast to federal guidelines to isolate those infected. But since other services had to stop, the financial impact has been challenging, but federal funding is helping out.
If it weren't for that, it would have been devastating, and certainly I would guess many rural hospitals in the state would have closed, even maybe by now, if not for some of those funding streams.
They've also increased telemedicine services to connect with rural patients. Since last week, some procedures and surgeries are allowed again, along with care for those who have had to wait because of federal and state guidelines. Coming up tonight at 6, we'll hear more about how DeSoto Regional has been handling the pandemic. And LSU Health Shreveport is now one of 5 sites in the world and the first in Louisiana involved in a clinical trial that assesses inhaled nitric oxide as a treatment for patients with mild to moderate cases of COVID-19. To date, there are no targeted therapeutic treatments for COVID-19, and there are no proven interventions to prevent progression of the disease. But this clinical trial in particular will monitor patients with mild to moderate cases of COVID-19 to see how they respond to inhaled nitric oxide as a treatment. Nitric oxide has already been a miracle drug for newborns starved of oxygen by a heart defect due to the gas's ability to relax blood vessels. In humans, nitric oxide is naturally generated by blood vessels and by some brain cells as well. It helps to regulate blood pressure, engulfs invading toxins, and prevents platelets in the blood from forming clots. Arrests have been made in connection with the fatal shooting that caught national attention. We have those details for you after the break.
This is NBC 6 News Local Midday Update.
Welcome back. 2 men are booked in a Georgia jail in connection with the fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbery. The father and son are facing murder and aggravated assault charges. John Loring has those details.
Ahmaud Arbery's family was supposed to be celebrating his 26th birthday on Friday.
I was always proud to be his older sister. He was easygoing, loving, generous, humorous.
Instead, they are mourning his loss and seeking justice for his death.
This whole situation was senseless. It could have been avoided. Our brother's supposed to be here.
Arbery was shot and killed on February 23rd while he was out jogging in a neighborhood near Brunswick, Georgia. He was unarmed. Gregory McMichael and his son Travis were taken into custody Thursday night. Authorities say the elder McMichael, a former cop, told police Arbery looked like a person they thought was responsible for recent break-ins. That's a claim the family doesn't believe.
There's nothing that's going to connect Ahmaud, the victim, to any criminal behavior, certainly nothing that is going to lead to his death.
The shooting has drawn protests and outrage nationwide, even reaching the White House.
My heart goes out to the parents and to the loved ones of the young gentleman. It's a very sad thing.
An attorney for Arbery's father says it shouldn't have taken more than 2 months to make these arrests. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
And stay with us. We have a final check of your forecast coming up next. Plus, we tell you which 10 binge-worthy movies filmed right here in Shreveport-Bossier are available now on your favorite streaming services. We'll be right back.
This is NBC 6 News Local Midday Update.
Welcome back. This week is a National Travel and Tourism Week, and due to the pandemic, celebrating it will look a little different this year. But the Shreveport-Bossier Convention and Tourism Bureau is making sure it's still special, and they're kicking off their first ever Shreveport-Bossier comeback with a list of 10 binge-worthy movies, and you may be able to spot some people and places that you recognize in these movies, and that's because they were filmed right here in Shreveport-Bossier. The list is available through popular streaming services such as Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime Video, and others. And that list includes Olympus Has Fallen, Mad Money, The Guardian, Snitch, Straw Dogs, and the list is right there on your screen. And Community Matters in a Bossier City church is operating a drive-through food pantry during the pandemic. Freedom Church is continuing its food pantry program even though the church is closed. The Food Bank of Northwest Louisiana supplies the church, and every Thursday the church distributes 4 weeks of food to those who need it most. And now we're sending it back to Josh for one final look at our forecast.
And a final check of your forecast. Again, we'll see a little sunshine pop out as we continue through the day. Those of you that haven't seen it yet, if you don't see any sun today, it will be back tomorrow. Our weekend looking pretty nice once again. Not as warm as last weekend, but we'll have comfortable temperatures in the 70s each day. Lots of sun out there, and we'll have slight to scattered rain chances return through the middle of next week, eventually warming back into the mid-80s by Wednesday.
Thank you, Josh, and that wraps up your local midday update. We're going to see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, and happy Mother's Day to all of our moms out there.
NBC6, your weather authority, awarded the Weather Rate Seal, certified as the most accurate forecast in the Arklatex.